We are.
Welcome to week 6 of the Tonto's Demise podcast. I'm Detonator's Tonto Bowl 6 champ, sitting here with...
Matt Detling, Tonto Bowl 1 and 3 champ.
And we took the podcast on the road. Not really. It's more of like an away game.
It's an away week. We are at my house.
We are at Detling and Brogan's place. And we brought Nola, so you might hear her in the background. Right now,
we might hear her in the background too.
True. So they're reading on the couch, watching a little HGTV. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, Nola's going to redesign your whole house before you're 10. She's 10.
Before she's 2.
She's going to start. You're thinking she's taking stuff out of the cabinets, but really she's like getting ready to redo the whole kitchen.
Yeah. All right, so we put another Tom Petty song there in the beginning, tribute to Tom Petty. Still mourning his loss, but we figured we'd shout that out to Gags and Craig because we know that's exactly what they're doing. They're free falling.
They are free falling, 1
Out
and 4.
into nothing.
Yep, onto the abyss.
Yeah, they're gonna leave this league behind. Ouch.
Ooh, ouch. Shall we start thinking about another nail in the coffin?
Not yet.
Okay.
Because I feel like Craig is probably a little bit too weak right now. Like it's too early. Can't talk about it yet.
It's too soon.
Yeah, and I don't want to see it yet. Personally, I like to see the fight.
Well, to be fair, we tried to do that when Craig was I think he was 3 and 6 or something, and he made it into the playoffs. So I don't think I'm going to say anything about the nail in the coffin until he has that 7th loss.
I know. And Gags just spent his entire allowance this year. We'll get to that later.
We will.
But another reason why he's free falling. But yeah, as Craig would always say, and I expected him to say this in his video recap, but it was short by about an hour. I expected him to talk about the symmetry of the league. There's 2 4-1 teams at the top. Well, actually, there's only 1 4-1, but there's 2 1 and 4 teams, and it's all jumbled pretty much in the middle between 2 and 3s and 3 and 2s. So everybody's still in it.
Yeah, as I like to say, nobody's mathematically out.
It's way too early to say that, but you are correct. Nobody's mathematically out. Although I will say that I do have a little bit of sympathy for Craig. Not very much, just a little bit. But when you have this high point totals, you hope to have at least 1 or 2 more wins. I mean, he doesn't have the highest point total in the league. I think Jut still does.
Yeah, I think he does. It's just teams like you want to go Craig. Your team wants to perform.
Yeah.
And I also would like to point out before I forget, the 2 people with the lowest points against are Kevin Bean, I believe, and Josh.
Oh wow.
So while Josh is sitting there saying he's 5-0, you've had the lowest points against. So don't get your panties in a bun yet, honey.
And he didn't even call in this week.
No, why? What's up with that? I thought he was the major hubris.
Right. Yeah, I thought for sure 5-0. I'm gonna call in. Rub it in Brian's face. Yeah. Nope.
He'd be like, "Hey, Cobra, I don't know if you saw that game last week. It was a dandy. Yeah, it was a dandy. Fantasy's a fickle bitch.
Google's bitch too.
And that Google bitch. But go Tom Brady.
Yeah, and it took. We're kind of moving into unfinished business, but it took Ben Roethlisberger's worst performance ever for you to win, Josh. Just remember that.
Oh, okay, all right. So we should go on unfinished business, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Unfinished business.
So while we're on it, Josh, I will give you the congratulations because you won and you earned it. You had over 160 points. It wasn't a fluke win, but I tell you what, I bet you 9 times out of 10, Howard and Thielen pick up those 21 points. At least 8 out of 10 times. I couldn't believe it. I went to bed probably third quarter, and I was like, they only need about maybe 7 or 8 more points. Somebody's going to get a touchdown. Jordan Howard's going to go over 100 yards. I'm going to make it. But I woke up, and I was disappointed to see it was 2017, and nothing much happened. But
I would agree. I'd say 9 out of 10 times. I was surprised, too.
Yeah. I mean, I thought, Thielen could have done that by himself, really. But, with a little help from Howard, it would have been over the top. But it goes to show you that Sam Bradford, he's kind of screwing up a lot going this whole year. Not only for Craig, but for, all the Cal Rudolph owners, all the Stephon Diggs, the Thielen owners.
Murray owners.
There you go. Everybody but the McKinnon owners.
Yeah. Screw that guy.
Yeah, screw that guy, Treesize. Screw that guy.
Weasels in. Takes my guy. I didn't even think about it. Good job.
You
Good job,
got
Free.
you got any unfinished business?
I do have unfinished business, Brian.
Ooh, he's got some notes.
I do actually. So I wanted to say my top 3, I guess, Tom Petty songs.
Okay.
So first, I was thinking about. I spent a little bit today listening to some of the music, and I was gonna say "Free Falling." I was like, that's ultimately number one in my book. Then I started like listening to the song and watching the music video, and I was like, this song's not that good. It's like it's not that good of a song. It's just that it's a ballad and everybody sings it, and I'm guilty of it because I sing it all the time.
Right.
So I thought that was like my favorite one, but now I like go back and rethink it all, and it's funny because Vince made that statement like years ago, and I almost like chopped his head off for saying it.
About Free Falling.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, it's not one of my favorite Tom Petty songs. It's like it has a good hook, it's got a good chorus, but it's catchy, but it's not one of my favorites by a long shot.
And it's funny because I watched, like I told you, I watched the music video, and like he's walking in a Galleria mall down the escalator, just strumming the guitar by himself. It's like these rich girls and these bad boys, and then like they're at a skate park, and they're like these people are just going up and down the half loop or whatever you call it, the half pipe. And the girl in the video, all she does is go up and down, up and down. She doesn't like jump.
The escalator again.
Yeah. She doesn't jump at all. It's just funny. You should go back and watch it because some of the fashion's coming back.
I will.
But that made me not want it even more. So.
One other thing about Free Falling, and it happens to involve. I shouldn't even say it before it comes out of my mouth. It already sounds bad. It involves my mom and Craig Kubisik. So
it does sound bad, right?
It was already in my head. My mom was like, Craig Kubisik was a big Tom Petty fan. I'm like, yeah, he's a fan. I was like, how do you know that? Like, why would you know that? She's like, well, whenever I used to do his grandma's hair, and I'd go over to his house, and I'd always see Craig's car there, right on the back of his window there. It said Free Fall and Tom Petty.
Oh, no way.
She's like, I always remembered that he likes Tom Petty. That is so random.
That is very random.
I was like, she probably has no idea that he likes Pearl Jam, The Simpsons, or anything else. But she's like, that Craig Kubisik, he likes Tom Petty.
That's pretty funny. I like it.
But anyways, without further ado.
All right, without further ado, my top 3 Tom Petty songs, not in no particular order.
Of course.
First one is "I Won't Back Down."
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that one, I figured it was a great song. Plus, it goes back to what Kevin Bean said about growing up in a small town. It was like about growing up and like being a Wimber. Like every day of high school, well, more middle school for me was like a fight for my life.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know who was gonna try to get me. Tom Har. We had bullies above us, below us in our grade. They were just all bad kids.
Yeah.
Josh Lewandowski, Ronald Dahl, if you remember that kid.
Oh, yeah.
He was just like just a smart. He used to come and just punch you in the balls and run, which is the worst. But yeah, just like you had to like wake up every day and just go to work, go to school, and be like, I'm not gonna back down this time. I'm not gonna do this. I'm going to school. But so it's not growing up there, and Bill Cooster. I'm gonna add that one too. You just had to get away from him because he was so fat. He just run you into a wall. But and then when I was running out in Ogletown, like you go up a hill, like that was on my playlist. With like,
awesome.
And not the playlist with like an iPod. It was my Discman that you had to carry when you were running back in the day.
Wow.
So you look like what's the discus?
Discus
Constantly you're about to throw it when you were running.
That's funny.
But so that was my first one.
Short story about that song.
Uh-oh.
I recently learned this. He wrote that song after someone set his house on fire while him and his family were asleep in his house.
Oh my!
The entire place burned down. They got out alive and safe. Everything except for like his studio was pretty much burnt to the ground. And he said that he wrote that song in retaliation for those like people who set his house on fire. And he said it took him a long time to get to that point because he was always in fear that whoever did this was out to get him,
Yeah.
I mean, how could you like go to sleep at night after somebody while you're sleeping set your entire house on fire?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I did not know that. Is that from that book you have?
Yeah.
You need to borrow that.
Yeah, okay. Of course. So anyways, go ahead.
All right. So yeah, and then the second song is "Even the Losers." Because that's just a great song.
I love that song.
Yeah. Plus, it's a great memory with Vince. That's pretty much. And I belt it out when it's on the radio, or if I'm at work or something like that, it comes on, which it does. Which is funny because I'm.
Belt it out at work.
No, I hum it at work, but I belt it out in the car.
Yeah.
But it comes on at the casino, and it's just funny because you're dealing with these people, and you're like, even the losers get lucky sometimes.
That's so funny.
And I'm just like, no, they don't.
Yeah, they get lucky, but then they lose it.
Yeah, true. Because they don't know when to quit.
Yep.
But so there's that one, and then the last one was kind of a little oddball. I could keep going and just do all the popular songs.
Yeah.
But the one that I like is called The Wild One Forever.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like back from 1976.
Wow. Nice.
Off the Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers album.
Yep. Is that the? I think that's the first album.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
But yeah, so basically it's about a one night stand, and how like you want to have it and you have it like you just can't resist.
Yeah.
And something for the line is like, don't ever try to love her because she can't love anybody. But then, so you have like 2 hours and he remembers the memory forever. Just listen to the song.
I will.
It's got a lot of good.
I will.
Got a lot of good. What do you call it? Lyrics, instruments. The one of the things is the guy that plays the cello in it doesn't know how to play the cello, so they said that's the best part about it is like he plays and he's just winging it, and that's that adds so much to the song. So, but those are my top three, and there's so many other things like I wanted to say like you could have. I was listening to like the 2014 album. It's really good, and his other Mud Trench.
Mud
Crutch, yeah.
Yeah.
I listened to some of their songs. That's really good too.
Yeah.
I was like, man, all this good music.
And it's pretty cool because like that was his original band before the Heartbreakers, and then he finally came back and did another album, just a couple years ago. So it's cool that he got to do that. He didn't probably make a whole lot of money off of it, but he kind of stayed true to his roots.
Mm-hmm. And did you know that maybe you learned this from your book? We were lucky because he traded his really cool slingshot for a pile of like $10 or 10-cent records.
I did not know that.
If he didn't have that, he never would have become a musician, he said.
Wow.
Because the reason he was doing become a musician was because he had a difficult relationship with his dad.
Yeah.
And that was his way of that was the way of getting away from him, I guess. So I thought that was interesting too.
Yeah.
So I will have to read your book then.
All right, I'll let you borrow it.
Okay.
I got Ready Player One.
That's right. And I'm reading Armada right now.
Oh,
the
nice.
second book of his.
Nice.
So yeah. When I'm done with that, maybe I'll borrow Tom Petty.
I don't think anybody else in the league really shared their top three, did they? Maybe they don't care. Which I mean, hey, that's fine. Yeah, man, there's jerks, bunch of jerks, jerk faces.
Non-participating people in this league,
except for Kevin Bean.
Kevin Bean, you're awesome. Other unfinished business, nothing really to do with the league. Watch the TV show No Script with Marshawn Lynch. It's pretty funny. He's got no script. He doesn't care. He just swears up a storm and does stupid stuff like race a car.
Is it an actual show or is it just like a web series? Or
I think it's like it was on Bleacher Report.
Oh,
so
wow.
And I saw the first one. It was pretty funny. So I just take a look at that. Maybe you might like it or not. The second one was that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, the second thing I was gonna say is I don't know if anybody's noticed, but how about like the FBI probing their college basketball and like they've got like a bunch of programs on like Louisville. Rick Pitino got fired.
Oh, I didn't see
because
that.
of all this stuff, and I don't know the other schools, North Carolina, Kansas, some, but so we all know that college sports, there's a lot of illegal stuff going on, and you get like $100,000 if you recruit this player, but you also got to think about the athletic director as well. People are like, oh, it's just the coach, it's so bad, but the athletic directors are jerks as well. But here's what happened with the Louisville coach or athletic director. Sorry,
This is interesting. Like this is like your little news update.
it is my new. Well, I was interested in it, and I just lost the picture. Hold on one moment. Okay, the guy Tom Jurich. So, dang it. Sorry, I lost it again. I'm going fast. So Louisville spends more on athletic director Tom Jurich than 4 academic departments. So, but the delicious details of the perks and compensation pieced together are enough to make a CEO blush. Wow. So, what happened was, because there's a federal complaint involving bribery and fraud, it was very well compensated. So, over the past 7 years, through a Byzantine array of longevity and performance bonuses, base pay raises, and tax subsidies, Jurich collected total compensation of $19,279,710, an average of $2.76 million a year.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's
This is the athletic director.
Yeah. So in last year, his taxable income was enriched. Oh my gosh! It's just it's a picture.
You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me, Smalls.
Okay. So, but he gets $1.6 million from the university to pay his taxes on it. So they pay his taxes on his money too. They budgeted less. The university budgeted less for the biology, English, history, and mathematics departments than his income was more than double that of the next highest paid athletic director, Ohio State. And the defense was that he turned Louisville athletics into a national player over 2 decades. And he said he transformed our campus and city, but the perks of that he made were so the university paid 160% of the cost of his life insurance policy, allowing him to keep the 60% extra
It's like a bonus, basically.
as a bonus. Yeah. So then he also received up to $30,000 per year for financial advisors to help him manage his money, and $12,000 per year to cover the cost of 2 vehicles. Most coaches and athletic directors get annual allowances to cover 1 car, but not 2. And speaking of twofers, his memberships at 2 high-end private golf clubs, where the membership fees were $28,000 and $25,000, were paid for.
I mean, that is like ludicrous, but I guess I'm not that surprised just because they make so much money. They bring so much money for the university.
They also got premium seats for the Kentucky Derby and 8 Louisville football and basketball season tickets for life, not just for his life. The seats were valued or $11,500 per year, are property of his family for lifetimes of his wife and children.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's just him. And also, I read another thing with Rick Pitino where Louisville got a contract from Adidas, I believe, for the shoes, and it was it's like it was like $98 million or something. It was either 98 or 9.8 million, something crazy. But the school only got like $25,000. Rick Pitino got all the money.
Yeah, again, it's sickening, but it doesn't surprise me. I think that there's so much corruption because they're just bringing in so much money for the university. They just don't care. You know, sports was always first. I watched a segment on HBO Sports about poor black colleges in the South, and like you see those blowout games every weekend that they have to play against Penn State or to play against Ohio State. Those teams they play against, they usually make over $500,000 for the university. Players don't see any of it, of course.
Right.
But they said that these players are so like physically smaller than these big, big schools that like the coaches just want the players to survive. The coaches just want them to get through the game without injury, and they've shown like a few players have been paralyzed because it's like guys like me, maybe 5'9", 150 pounds, going up against like these 250-pound linebackers, and they're not cut out for that kind of torture, but they're doing it because they're going to get that paycheck for the university. And the players, they said they interviewed some of the players. They're like, we don't really care because we feel like, in the stands are going to be scouts. We might get discovered. But I think in reality, there's no chance of them ever being discovered at that point.
Or for like 150 pounds soaking wet. Playing 7th grade football level versus college level. Yeah, you're not getting discovered.
It would be like the equivalent of a high school team playing up against a university team.
That's right.
So yeah, it sucks how corrupt college sports are, and like the only people that benefit are like the coaches and the universities. The players don't benefit from it at all. So
sad.
I hope that changes in our lifetime.
Well, that's the thing. You think about like all that money that they're making, but the players don't make that money.
I know.
They get their 3 square meals a day.
Yep.
And you go Louisville sweatpants.
Yep.
And that's supposed to make you happy, and you get your free education.
Right.
But then you can't even put your time towards education because your time is all taken up by football.
You might have like lifelong injuries.
Yeah. Well, that's why you got to take sociology or philosophy as a major.
Yep.
Very few of them have real majors. Not that those aren't real majors, but harder majors.
Yeah.
They're difficult. But that's all I have for unfinished business.
All right. I really didn't plan a whole lot for my unfinished business. It was mainly about just Josh, I guess. I'm surprised Jimmy didn't call in to give us an update on his Geek Week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How that ended up.
Never mind. You can keep going. I'll talk about it.
That's pretty much all I had.
Oh. All right. Well, Jimmy, I went and saw Blade Runner.
Did you?
Yeah, my dad and I went to see it, and first I did not know it was such a long movie. I was worried about being
like 2 hours and 40 minutes or something.
2 hours and 46 minutes. I was worried about being a couple minutes late. I was getting my popcorn. He's like, "Oh, it's a long movie." I was like, because I was looking to get like a medium. He's like, "You might as well get a large." I was like, "Why?" He's like, "It's over 2 hours, almost 3 hours long." I was like, "What?" So, but without giving away the movie, I guess, because some people probably still will see it, I would say I thought it was visually stunning. I thought the soundtrack was awesome as far as like with the scenes that were going on. I will say that my dad, I loved the movie. My dad didn't like it that much, so we had differing opinions. And he said that he thought that the scenes were just too drawn out. Like every scene seemed to be drawn out, and that actually played with the music as well.
Yeah.
Now, so I thought it was a good story. I thought his simulator girl was pretty hot. like it's like, but he comes home to his apartment. He's got like this computerized place, and his girlfriend's like a computer basically.
Oh, wow.
But that's not giving away too much.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of interesting the way the dynamic was.
Did you see the original?
Yeah, I saw the original,
Yeah.
but I've only seen it like twice. Probably not like
Yeah.
Jimmy. Jimmy's probably seen it like
yeah,
100
yeah,
times.
yeah.
But no, I thought it was a good movie. I think it's worth seeing. But
What would you rate it out of 10?
ooh, I'd probably give it like a 9.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
That's really strong.
Yeah, as far as because I was locked in. I think I looked at my watch once.
Yeah, for a movie that long, if it can keep your attention,
Yeah.
that's impressive.
And I think it had more to do with the music than it did the movie.
Wow.
The way they played out with the scenes. I don't know how to describe it. All the acting was really well.
Do you like
well
it better
done.
than it? Better than it?
Yes. Yes, I did.
You can probably say that about every movie.
No, it was a good movie. It was. Like I was telling my mom and dad, I was like, it was creepy. I was like, but it was a good movie. I was like,
Yeah, it is.
I'm glad I went to see it.
Yeah.
Will I see it again in the movie theater? Probably not.
Yeah.
Will I see it again? Probably not. Maybe if
That's
I want to see
true.
the second part of the movie. But
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, unfinished business, did Kevin Bean get his blood drawn yet? I don't think he did.
not voluntarily. No.
Well, right. And I guess more importantly, did he pass the stone?
We were never told.
We were never told. It's like, cliffhanger, but just like left us hanging there.
Right.
So Bean, maybe he addressed it in his call. I don't know, but I hope you passed that.
I hope so too. Hope it's a good story too.
Yeah. If it's a good story, share it with us.
Yeah, like you're trying to squat like 300 pounds and then it just plopped out. And you're like, you just fell down to your knees and hurt yourself.
Trade time, trading gas, excellent. Free falling. All right, so what's the trade this week?
The trade this week is Carson Wentz for Andy Dalton and Alvin Kamara.
Man, he was just dying to get Kamara on another team. Kamara was just burning a hole in his pocket.
From
And
your point of view, he wasn't. He was also taking into account that he was a 12th round keeper.
right, but I'm just saying Jimmy just couldn't get rid of Kamara any faster. He's trying to get him to you, to me.
Yeah.
So he finally found him a home. He's like, stray dog, found him a home. And I think that, and I said it on the lineup, I think Jim Crick got the better part of this deal. I know Jimmy is like almost like playing for today, playing for right now. Carson Wentz has got the hot hand. And,
Right.
I mean, Dalton's no slouch, but I think Kamara is going to be the bigger payoff because I bet you Crick's going to keep him next year. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, I'd say he'd be the bigger payoff. I think. I think it's an even trade
Yeah.
because I think Jimmy got what he wanted with
Right.
Wentz as far as he
Right.
needed a quarterback.
Everybody got what they wanted.
Yeah.
I just think that long term, Crick's going to
Yeah.
get the better part of the deal.
Well, I think Jimmy saw that last week against me. The quarterback hurt him. So
Yeah.
I mean, when you got,
Yeah.
of course, when you got Brian Hoyer putting a 50 burger on you
Right.
for the win. I mean, you got beat by Brian Hoyer.
Oh my god, I can believe that. I'll say this stuff real quick about Jimmy. Like, he didn't really give up any major pieces to his team.
No.
So I got to give him credit there because Kamara he wasn't able to use right now. Unless God forbid there's an injury, another injury to somebody. But he didn't give up much and he got what he needed.
True.
Thank you.
So yeah, I call it even. You're calling Crick.
Yeah, Crick.
Okay.
Crick got the edge.
Nice.
I think that was the only trade.
That was the only trade.
Yeah. I know I was in some trade discussions with another member of the league, but I will not talk about those right now.
Oh.
Because it might still happen,
Right.
later. All right, so let's go on to All About the Benjamins. All right. All right, so I can't even start this without laughing. And I'm not laughing at gags, but it's just amazing. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was like an error, like a misprint that he spent $200 on AP. I mean, that's like the equivalent of like drafting AP in the first round.
It is $200. You blew your whole wad on this guy.
And I saw that he didn't really mean to. Like, he said he was trying to spend 125, but I think 125 is still way too much.
I wasn't going to spend it. Justin Morgan asked me what I was spending on it, and I was like, I don't know. And truthful, I wasn't going to because
Did you try? Did you put a bid in?
I didn't bid. I bid late. I didn't even get a bid in.
Oh, that's right.
That I
You
screwed
waited
up.
too long.
Yeah, I think Justin did it to me because I snuck in under the cover of darkness into Johnston and out.
Yeah.
And he's like, asked me what I was going to bid. And I was like, I don't know. I'm going to do when I get home because I thought you had until 4 a.m.
So you drove back to Pittsburgh.
No, I stayed over at Johnston, but I got
okay.
my bed and I went to bid. And at first I went to George. I don't know why it was George Kittle, And I thought I was just gonna redo it. I'm like, oh, this is how do you do this? Is this how you put like the 15 in this little square?
Right.
But I added them on my roster without even thinking about it. And I didn't. I was
Right.
like, wait, how's that possible?
And I didn't either.
Yeah. So then I put a bid in on Peterson, but it wouldn't accept it.
Because it was too late.
Yeah, it was too late.
How much were you bidding?
I can't tell you that.
Doesn't matter.
Maybe like $30.
Yeah, I
$35.
think I bid maybe
Yeah.
$20.
Yeah, because I'd just be getting for a couple weeks, and then David Johnson would come back anyway.
Right.
So that's what I was worried about.
Gags isn't worried about that. Gags must have insider knowledge.
Yeah, I can't blow my whole wad on that.
No.
So.
$200 down the drain. He put everything on black. He's like, just gonna go for it. So, man, who knows? It might pay off. Maybe AP will like find a new home and he'll just turn.
Year 28 or something like that. When he's how old he is?
Yeah, maybe.
Find Thon youth again.
Right. Could happen. I mean, I wouldn't bank on it, but
that offensive line's terrible.
Yeah, and they're a passing team.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so Gag, what else? What else was picked up this week?
Jay picked up Jacoby Brissett for $50.
I think he could have got that a lot cheaper.
Yeah, he dropped Trubisky as well. So I feel like they're the same person.
Yeah.
Craig got R. Lewis, the Giants receiver.
I think I put $9. I think I put $9 on him.
Yeah, I'm not excited about it.
I know he's the only Giants receiver standing, but
yeah, they have two terrible matchups coming up.
Yeah.
Jay got Ed Dixon, the tight end, for $30.
Okay.
Dropping Vernon Davis, the tight end.
Yeah.
Beats me. Shawshank Athletic Club got H. Butker for $6.
I don't even know who that is.
That Kansas City kicker.
Okay.
And you picked up Josh Gordon for $1.
Beautiful pickup.
What are you talking? Did he what's going on? I don't know.
There's a good chance he's going to be reinstated this year. He actually just got out of rehab. I mean, this sounds like we're talking about you, but he literally just got out of rehab, and he's planning on applying for reinstatement in the league. Whether or not it'll be granted, we don't know. Whether or not he still plays with the Browns, who knows? But I feel like it's worth $1. It's worth $1 to find out. And who can quit Josh Gordon? Who could ever quit him? I can't quit him.
Craig quit him.
Yeah. Did Bigler quit him?
Bigler probably didn't quit him.
No.
But he'll laugh at it.
I can't quit him, and you know what? He might exactly.
He's in Brokeback Mountain.
That's a great way of putting it. He said that he's truly clean this time. He was in rehab for I think like 90 days, and he realized that like in the middle of the night one night, there's a little mini documentary I watched. He said he was walking just to try and score any drugs. It was like 3 a.m. He couldn't find anything because he broke out of rehab that night. Couldn't find anything, and he realized he finally hit bottom. He's like, what am I doing with my life? I'm by myself. I have nothing. I have no one, and I'm just trying to score like a little bit of meaningless drugs.
Yeah.
And he said, you know what? I need to try and get back to where I was. He's like, I've got my family. I've got a kid, and I've got my football skills, So he's like, I'm going to try and get all that back. So... who knows? Maybe he'll get a second chance or whatever. Fourth, fifth chance. Yeah. So I'm hoping it pans out. Could be the best dollar ever spent.
It could be the best dollar you ever spent. Yeah. Fake dollar.
Anything else?
No, that's all as far as the fab money goes.
What just transpired here? It was pretty funny. You were looking through some of the recent transactions.
Brian asked me. We were talking about the trade. He said, "What was the trade?" And I go, oh, let me check. And so I look, and I was like, oh, there's some stuff going on here. And I said, oh, Boston Magic's going crazy.
Uh-huh.
And Teresa picked up Tyler Croft. And then,
good pickup.
Yeah, good pickup. And then he picked up Alfred Morris. I go, oh, he picked up Alfred Morris. I was like, and then Brian, I go, oh, that's interesting. And Brian goes, yeah, that's interesting. And then we both grabbed our phones and started trying to go I was like, only reason I think I got it is because I was on the page. And I was trying to type it in the players thing, McFadden, and he said, so I've had to pick up McFadden. We were trying to thumb speed to get him. Uh-oh.
Oh, we're so angry.
All right. We got Nola changed, and she's in her PJs, watching a little Moana. Is that what it is?
Moana,
sorry. I haven't seen this yet, and her and Bergen are going to try and watch this cartoon, maybe go to sleep. Who's going to fall asleep first?
Brogan.
Brogan's she said she's raising her hand. Yeah.
It's right there at the end.
I know. Same for Nola. She is right at the end of her rope. Any second. This actually, I don't know. We could put a wager, side bet.
No, not
If they were
side betting.
both, if they were both like laying on the couch, who would fall asleep first?
Oh, maybe.
It's tough calls.
I'd
It's really
say-
tough call. I mean, you've seen Nola fall asleep. Like,
It's
hold
true.
her, you know.
True. Maybe
Not
Brogan.
seen me fall asleep,
Yeah.
though.
Depends if she grabs the blanket. But Brogan, she'll probably fall asleep first because Nola will be locked in on the cartoon.
True. She's never seen it before. Yeah.
And movies help add to Brogan falling asleep, so it makes it faster. It's like it's definitely speedy.
Thank you.
Well, you know I'm right.
Yes, you are.
All right. So real quick, back to the waiver wire story. I would have had McFadden if I didn't type in McDadden. But then again, when I was doing it, I was like, I have nobody to drop. I would have had to drop like Elijah McGuire, Eli McGuire, or whatever. And I was like, you know what? I can't drop him yet. So I'm not gonna say I forfeited it, but I might have forfeited it.
Oh, I call. I always.
I think you beat me to it fair and square.
I hit the
but-
plus and I sat there thinking, oh, who do I drop? Who do I drop?
Uh-huh,
Do I drop
uh-huh.
Bennett or do I drop Kittle? I hit Kittle and I was like, oh no, I wouldn't drop I wouldn't drop Bennett. But I'm not. I can't waste another. I basically
Yeah.
picked Kittle up and just dropped him. I didn't even play it. He was never on my.
I don't even know who he is.
He's a possible up and coming tight end for San Fran.
Oh, okay.
Basically, Kittle showed up at the locker room. I just gave him a plane ticket to leave.
Wow.
I was like, sorry, kid, McFadden's here. Hopefully, he's on the field.
Hey, I mean that might have been you and Tree might have made some really good pickups today. Could be for the next if he actually gets suspended for 6 games. They've got a great offensive line, man.
Hopefully, I don't even know the whole story, so I just grabbed him.
Yeah, well, more power to you.
They're like, I'm halfway done with my moves now.
Are you? Is that number 8?
Number 8.
Wow.
Yep.
At least you're still in the playoff hunt, so that's good. And you're kind of beefing up those running backs. So that's good. You can never have too many.
I'm learning that this year.
Yeah. Check that answering machine. See if we got anything this week.
Okay, let me see here. There's a little red lights blinking. Bling, bling, beep.
Gentlemen of the league, this is Kevin Bean, manager of the friggin' Laser Sharks. Time for Little Bean is talking. I would like to just thank the league for collectively helping me to be reborn, to find my way, my path to greatness again as the friggin' Laser Sharks. I feel like we've turned the corner. I feel like we're moving forward. And I feel like we're deadly and dangerous and unexpected. And we're coming at your ass. It's pretty much all I got this week. Peace, I'm out!
I can't believe after all those long phone calls last week, that was a short and sweet one from Bean. Your thoughts?
What I like to do is I like to look at the spoken word on your computer and how it differs from what Bean is actually saying. Like he says, we're deadly and dangerous. It's unexpected, and we're coming out your ass, is what the computer says, which would have been better. Also, says, please, pretty much all I got this week, please come out. Like,
Yeah, please come out. Please come out. Please come
but it's like they were coming out your ass.
Yeah. Is Bean 3-2 or is he 2-3? I can't remember.
I believe he's 3-2.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, he's back to greatness again.
No, he's 2-3.
2-3. Wow. If that's greatness, hey, he is definitely a half glass full kind of guy.
I think he's just happy he's not 1-4.
Yeah. So I know I'm playing Bean this week. I thought he was going to say something about our matchup, but I guess not. I think he's just still riding high on that win over Bigler. And I still can't believe we haven't had a video from Bigler yet. I thought maybe this week would be the week we got a video from Bigler.
Where he shows us what he's going through on a normal day.
Yeah.
He's working. He's got to take care of the kids. He's the babysitter, the permanent babysitter. So he's a busy man. Maybe we'll get one.
On a side note, the first thing I thought about when I was watching that show Big Mouth was whenever the hormone monster came out, I was like, that's Bigler. That is totally Bigler. Yeah. I was like, he's kind of sleazy.
Yeah.
And I mean this as a compliment, Bigler. Nothing but a compliment. Just like really rude and crude and like just cuts right to the chase. And I was like, man, that is Bigler to a T right there. It was so funny. And Bigler, if you've never seen Big Mouth yet, if you have Netflix, check it out. Watch the first 2 minutes of the first episode, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
I can see Bigler saying something, like he'll be like, oh yeah, you gotta get that girl in the bedroom, you gotta tap that ass, and like if he's doing like when he's smoking a cigarette and he's smiling at you, he's like, yeah, you know what I mean? And then he starts does like a little laugh like, you know what I mean? Like, tap it.
But anyways, that show is hilarious. So I know Dentley said you're supposed to watch some Marshawn Lynch show. Forget that. Go watch
Big Mouth before that one.
Go watch Big Mouth first. All right. Any other comments about Bean's call?
No, he's the friggin' Laser Sharks now.
Yeah.
So I mean, he changed his no longer Dubsy Hooligans.
Right. I think he is believing in fate. You know, that fact that he brought up Laser Sharks and then he saw a Laser Shark on a car. That is really random.
That is pure randomness.
Yeah.
I mean, how often do you see that? You don't. I've never seen that on a car.
Right. So who knows? He's probably gonna ride this until he loses. I don't blame him.
They'll be like, back to Dubsy. My roots.
That's right.
This week's matchups.
That was weak. I was waiting for you to do something really
I was
funny.
waiting for you to do something. Kind of like looking out of the corner of my eye.
All right. All right. What's the first one? I'll do the first one.
Okay.
We've got the Space Antelope going up against Disco. Disco is really hoping for a win this week. I know he hasn't given up yet. That's why we haven't seen a video. But on a side note, Bigler, you did the Everybody Hurts video last year, and there's a great scene on Big Mouth. Everybody bleeds. That's all I'm going to say.
That's actually the scene I got Brian to go into
Yeah,
the movie with.
yeah.
That's what I told us. I'll tell you too. This one's gonna get you in there. You're not gonna want to leave.
Oh, my goodness. And he was so right. So if you end up losing this week, go watch it.
Everybody bleeds sometime.
All right, so let's take a look at the quarterbacks here. Who you taking, Stafford over Cousins?
I'm taking Cousins.
Me too. I mean, Stafford, I want him. I really like Stafford, and I really want him to be like the all-star fantasy quarterback that he is. And this is the week that, you know, you would think that he'd have his breakout week, but I'm still going to go Cousins over San Fran.
Yeah, I believe Cousins is auditioning for his team for next year.
Yeah, that could be it. Hopefully, Le'Veon Bell will start doing that. For a contract. All right, let's go with the receivers. We got on Dentling's side, Jordy Nelson, T.Y. Hilton, and Devin Funchess going up against, Michael Thomas, Mark Cooper, and Jarvis Landry. I don't think I'm ever going to pick against Bigler's receivers. This week is a little closer. But I'm going to take Bigler by a hair. Amari Cooper, I don't think he did really anything last week.
He got one catch.
Yeah, so he's due for a bounce back. I'm going to take Bigler's receivers again.
Taking my receivers, even though I see Funches has 0 points at the moment.
Yeah, it's only in the first quarter.
Yeah, well, they're in the red zone. Throw it to Funches. But I got Ty and Jordy, and I don't go against my guys.
I know you don't. All right. What about the running backs? You got your boy Carlos Hyde and who's Mack?
Marlon Mack.
Marlon Mack. See, I don't even know who that is. You love Carlos Hyde, so I'm guessing you're going to pick against him. And then you're picking them. Or you got Latavius Murray and Jalen Richard, who I used to have, no longer do. Who you go with?
I'm going to go with Bigler on that, even though Hyde's supposedly in a committee now, but so is Marlon Mack. But when you got Murray and Richard, you just can't in good faith pick them.
Yeah. Is Jalen Richard going to get more carries, or is there something I don't know about?
I heard he's a good runner. I don't know.
He's a great runner, but he's not going to get a lot of carries.
I was just told the LA Chargers have the worst, a terrible run defense, so, and they don't give Lynch a ton of carries, so maybe they'll spell him with Richard. I'm basically hoping it because I don't have any other running backs.
Wow. Yeah, I'm going to go with Hyde.
Okay.
I'm going to take Hyde over all that. All right. Tight ends, Safarian Jenkins or Njoku? I'm going to go Safarian Jenkins.
So am I. The Patriots have a weak defense against tight ends, and I think Njoku is touchdown dependent.
Yeah, although Houston lost two of their biggest defensive weapons.
It's a good point.
Man, that was kind of sad. Did you watch that?
Yeah.
That was
I didn't
sad.
see it. I heard about it. He fractured his leg.
I was watching it. It was kind of...
A lot of bad injuries.
Man.
Odell Beckham.
Odell
Sorry,
Beckham.
Bigler.
I know. Man, that's the missing piece right now.
Sure is.
All right. Flex, Amendola or James White? I'm going to give that to James White.
I got to give it to James White as well. Sucks, but what are you going to do?
All right. What are you going to go? Hopkins or Goskowski? I'm going to go Goskowski. He seems to be on fire this year.
I'm going Hopkins. Brian almost lost the phone. All right, defense, Baltimore versus Chicago or Chargers versus Oakland?
I'm gonna definitely go with the Ravens.
Oh yeah, me too. I'm itching. They're itching to play against Trubisky.
Oh, I bet. It's in Baltimore too, huh?
Yes, it is.
All right. So looking up and down these lineups, who you taking?
Taking myself by a hair.
Yeah, and I basically took a lot of Bigler's players, to be honest with you, other than defense and quarterback. But you know what? I'm going to go on a limb, give it to Bigler. I'm going to say Stafford actually has a breakout game because he needs to keep up. So I'm going to go with Bigler on the back of Matt Stafford.
No worries. All right, this next matchup is none other than Possum Magic versus New Gods Mad Titans. So far, the quarterbacks are Alex Smith and Carson Wentz, the newest member of New Gods Mad Titans.
All right, and he's got 10 points in the first quarter. Not bad. It's a good start. Man, Alex Smith looks like a freaking rock star. Remember we joked about him like winning the championship for Craig, on his team?
Oh,
he
yeah.
actually looks like a really solid quarterback this year.
Yeah, now it's not. Now it's like you don't give Craig's not going to get as much credit as he should for getting with Alex Smith because he'll be like later on, he'll be like, "Oh, Alex, what are you talking about? Alex Smith was a rock star, not a game manager, Craig."
And Treat Size will definitely say that. Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
Even though I didn't draft him, even though I wasn't there, I
Right.
saw that coming. I'm going with Wentz.
I'll go with Smith,
All right.
even though it's against my beloved Steelers.
All right, receivers. We got Crabtree, Sanders, and Pryor going up against Watkins, Curse, and Humphreys. That's a no-brainer. I'm going with Jimmy all day.
I'm going with Jimmy too. That's a sorry state of affairs for your receiver group there, Tree.
Yeah, that's a tough group. I mean, Sammy Watkins, he might get you 30 points or he might get you 0.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying Jimmy's isn't that much better, but it's better.
Yeah, better. All right, running backs. We've got Gordon and Anderson going against Lamar Miller and McKinnon. It's not a bad matchup, but isn't McKinnon more of the third down threat?
Yeah, he is, but he might get more carries now because we're playing against Green Bay, so he might get a lot of rushing yards as well.
I'm still going to give that to Jimmy.
Yeah, I gotta give that to Jimmy as well. Melvin Gordon he's the beast, so he's going against Oakland, so it should be interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're not gonna give it to Lamar Miller, your boy?
He is my boy, and he's definitely gonna definitely kill high this year.
No way.
All right, Henry or Fleener? He must have just picked Fleener up, huh?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Henry.
I'm going Fleener. Henry's dead to me. I'm now 0-5, Craig,
Yeah.
and it's because I didn't start Henry.
True.
I can't win.
All right. I don't even think we should really say this out loud. Gallman versus Bell.
Bell.
Gold or Boswell?
Go.
I'm gonna go Gold as well. And then we got Minnesota or Houston. Houston's
versus-
going up
versus
against Cleveland. Yeah.
Yeah, Houston.
Yeah. Even though they lost 2 of their top defenders. Yeah. And isn't Cleveland starting another quarterback this week?
Hogan.
Yeah.
He's better than Kaiser.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna give that one to Houston.
And overall, I'm going with New Gods Mad Titans.
Yeah, me too. I'm trying to see if I picked Tree Size for anything. I honestly don't think I did. And I'm not down on Tree Size this year. He's actually got a winning record. Yeah. Gotta go with Jimmy. And the next matchup, we've got Everybody Ertz going up against Gags to Riches. Everybody Ertz is on a 2-game winning streak, I believe. And Gags to Riches still clawing his way out of the basement. We've got the newly acquired Brissett going up against Breeze.
Breeze.
Receivers, we've got Adams, Matthews, and Nelson going up against Tate, Jackson, and Jones. It's a good matchup. And I'm going to give that to Jay.
I'm giving that to Jay too. You got that D-Jack boomer bust going. Love it.
Love that. I mean, you've got the better piece there is Julio, but you love your
I love
D-Jacks.
D-Jack, man.
Yeah. All right, we got Fournette and Freeman going up against Lynch and Martin. That's actually a pretty good matchup as well. But man, Fournette, he just torched the Steelers last week. That was embarrassing.
Awful to watch. Like, they
Absolutely
could not
embarrassing.
Stop anything.
No.
And then that 80-yard runner did right at the end. I was
Right at
like,
the
you
end.
got to be kidding me.
Yeah. Completely unnecessary, but man, it just killed us. We were already out of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give that to Jay.
Me too.
Yeah. All right, we got Dixon going up against Kelsey. He's on the board with 1 point. Going Kelsey.
I'm going Dixon because we don't even know if Kelsey's going to play.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Concussion protocol.
Okay. Did he came back though, didn't he, the last game?
I don't know.
I think he got hit and I think he came back in, but yeah. Going Kelsey. All right. On the flex we got Fuller versus Gabriel. I'm gonna go with Fuller. The fifth.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
When did he turn into the fifth? I love it.
know.
I love it.
Fuller the fifth. I'm going Fuller as well.
All right. And then we've got Elliott. Already has a 50-yarder. Insane. Going up against Tucker. So I'm going Elliott.
I'm going to go Tucker.
Even though Elliott has a 50-yarder already.
Tucker could get a 50-yarder, man.
could,
He's
he could.
good. Best kicker in football.
All right. We got Tampa Bay for Jay. And as Arizona going up against New England versus the Jets. Got to go New England.
I have to go New England versus the Jets as well. It's bringing back some PTSD championship moments for me. This is why Gags has them for when they play the Jets.
That's right. He's got them twice a year for that reason. Dolphins too, especially this year. All right, looking up and down these lineups, man, I was definitely calling out Jay's team a lot, except for the quarterback
The defense.
and the defense, which are huge pieces. Man, that's gonna be really tough. I'm gonna say Jay ekes this one out somehow.
I'm going to go with Gags to Riches.
All right,
So-
he definitely needs it.
Yes, he does.
And after that $200 purchase, and is he not even playing him? Or is he on a buy?
Yeah, he's down at the bottom.
He's not on a buy, so
No, he's
his
not playing.
his $200 is just riding the bench, which I mean is probably a smart move because you don't know how they're going to use him.
Probably.
It's just ironic that he's riding the bench.
Yes. All right, and the battle of the bottom feeders right now.
The brother-in-laws.
The brother-in-laws, Skellahor Isotopes versus the Mighty Midgets. We got Carson Palmer versus Aaron Rodgers, and I'm always going Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, me too.
Now we got, so that's easy. Oh, that was easy. Receiving core, Alshon Jeffrey, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs versus Brandon Cooks, Mike Wallace, and I think Jerron Brown.
Right.
I'm going to go with Craig's.
Yeah, I mean, Stephon Diggs doesn't put up another, crappy performance 2 weeks in a row. Jeffrey's kind of the wild card. Yeah, I'm still going to give it to Craig.
Yeah, okay. All right, good. So we agree on that. Running backs, Aaron Jones and Tevin Coleman versus Amir Abdullah and Chris Thompson. I got to go with Craig on that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Crick on that one. I think Abdullah is gonna get some more work, and Thompson might get a touchdown.
All right. We finally disagree. Tight ends, Gronkowski versus Rudolph. That's a good matchup, actually.
That is, but I'll give it to Gronk if he plays. I assume he's gonna play.
I'm going to give it to Rudolph.
Wow.
I think Keenum or Bradford. Basically, it's better if Keenum plays for Rudolph. So I think that's what's going to be the case. So I'm going to Rudolph.
Okay. Wow, that's shocking. All right, Gurley versus Kamara, getting the Kamara in there, and that's where he belongs, right there in the flex against Detroit. Detroit's got a pretty good defense. So does Jacksonville. Man, that is a tough matchup. I give it to Gurley.
Oof. Overall, I'm going to give it to Kamara because versus Detroit, it's going to be a slugfest.
Wow. Yeah, but they underused Gurley big time last week, so I think they're going to overcorrect that. I think he's going to get a lot of looks.
Okay, well, we shall see.
We shall see.
And kickers, Matt Bryan or Graham Gano.
I'm going to go Matt Bryant.
I'm going to go Matt Bryan as well. And defense, we got Atlanta versus Miami and Washington versus San Francisco.
Man, those are both good matchups. Those are crappy offenses. I'm going to go Atlanta just because, Jay Cutler has done nothing this year. So.
Smoking Joe.
Yeah, I think this is probably his last game.
Really?
They're talking about putting what's-his-name in.
Matt Moore.
Yep. So
Jeez.
I think if he doesn't have a good performance, I think he's done.
And I'm going to go... I'm going to agree with you. I'll go with Atlanta as well.
All right. Well, who are you going to take overall?
I think I have to take... That's a tough one. I'm going to go with the Mighty Midgets.
I think I'm going to do the same thing, which Craig probably loves,
Yeah.
getting that kiss of death from the podcasters. But I genuinely think that Crick is going to pull this out.
All right. Would you like to introduce yours?
Yeah. And next matchup, we've got friggin' Laser Sharks going up against my team, the Hillbillies on PCP. Currently, Al Galore has 5.1 crap versus my boy McAfee. I love screwing his name up. With only 2.9. All right. Quarterbacks, Deshaun Watson going against Cleveland or Winston at Arizona. Man, Winston total is way lower, I think, than it should be. I know Arizona's got a good D, but I still think Watson wins this one against Cleveland.
Yeah, I can't argue with you because he's been the last 2 weeks he's thrown 5 touchdowns
All he does is throw touchdowns. Did you know last week he only had 16 completions?
and 5 more
Yeah,
touchdowns.
yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I'm going Watson.
All right. I got Brown, Hogan, and Thomas going up against Evans, Aguilar, and Snead. I'm going to give that to myself just because Snead's first game back, and I'm not too afraid of Aguilar, even though he's got 5 points.
Do you think the only reason he has Aguilar is because it's the closest he can come for a receiver and having the last name Algorithm?
That's good. That's good. It's probably the only reason.
It's got to be the other
I mean,
reason.
it's not the fact that he's an Eagle.
No,
It
nothing
adds
do
to
with
it,
that.
yeah.
Nothing. And he's got Fast Willie Snead. Oh, you really helped me in the championship. Jerk.
They said he's looking 100%. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm going you. I'm going Brown, Hogan, and Thomas.
Thomas is due for a game, man. He hasn't had one touchdown yet, so hopefully against the Giants on Sunday night. All right. Running backs, Beans got Crowell and Ingram against Howard and McGuire. I mean, it's pretty even in my opinion. I don't think either one's going to light the world on fire. I'll give it to Bean.
I'm going to give it to Bean as well because he's got Ingram versus Detroit.
Yeah.
And I still think, even though Detroit's a good defense, I always in my mind think they're bad.
All right, everybody, Ertz for his tight end versus Delaney Walker. Walker's been down a little bit. I'm gonna give it to Walker. I guess he had a touchdown called back last week, so I'm gonna give it to Walker.
Okay, I'll give it to Walker as well, just for shits and giggles.
All right, McCaffrey or Buck Allen. I think Buck Allen's gonna get more volume, but I'm hoping McCaffrey somehow gets a touchdown or two. So I'm actually gonna give it to Buck Allen.
Wow.
I know.
Well, I'm giving
On
it to
volume.
Flash,
Okay.
the white guy.
I hope you're right. He's just been a little bit underwhelming this year.
Because they don't know how to use them.
I agree. Jonathan Stewart gets hurt, we'd be in business.
Sure would be.
All right.
Or Cameron Artis Payne.
That's true. All right. Lutz or Farnbarn?
Lutz.
Yeah, Lutz. And then, man, Denver is going to crush the Giants.
I mean, what are you supposed to do? Defensive coordinator's like, just put 10 in the box. If there's a receiver on the outside, don't care. Yeah, I'm going Denver defense.
Yeah. Arizona, good defense, but going against Tampa Bay, they'll get their yards. They might still win the game, but yeah, it's not even fair. Denver going up against the Giants.
Yeah, plus it's in Denver.
Yeah.
So they got that whole
The travel, the altitude.
Yeah, the altitude. If anybody has a sickle cell trait, they're in trouble. All that stuff. So yeah,
Not looking good.
no.
Overall, who you taking?
I'm gonna take you, Brian. I don't want to do it, but
Yeah, I know.
since you're 4-1, you're ahead of me.
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen, but just looking at the numbers and the stats and the players and the matchups, I'm taking me.
Matchup the week.
I'm so tired of having Josh as our matchup of the week. Go ahead.
Me too. That was my version of Kevin Bean passing a stone. I'm trying to. Sure, Brian, I'll do that. All right, we've got FC Bohoric versus Shawshank Athletic Club. All right, Josh, for the fourth week in a row?
At least he's 5-0. Please defeat him, Justin. All right, what do you think about quarterbacks?
We got Brady versus Matt Ryan. I'm gonna go Matt Ryan.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Brady. I don't want to, but I feel like he's probably gonna get more points.
But it's in New York.
I know.
Doesn't squat.
No,
Not with Brady.
Not with Brady. All right, receivers. We got Allen, Garcon, and Fitzy going up against Benjamin, Hopkins, and Hearns. I really like the strength of Jets receivers better. Hopkins, although all he catches is touchdowns. Did you see that last week?
Yeah.
4 catches, 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
Ridiculous. If one of those wasn't a touchdown, I'd win the game. Just saying.
He's only doing it because I called him. I said he wasn't an elite receiver, and then all of a sudden just changed his tune. So
Who are you taking?
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Josh's receivers. Causes a strength of Hopkins because he's an elite receiver.
Oh God, that's hard to say, huh?
It is. It's hard to stomach.
All right, we got Gillisley and Blunt going up against Ajayi and
Who
Murray.
did you take?
Oh, I took Jets.
Oh, did you? Okay,
Yeah.
here.
Who do you like for the running backs?
I like Josh's.
I like Jets better. I mean, I like the names on on Josh's team, but they haven't been performing all that much. Blunt is just a beast. Gillisley can get his, so he might get a touchdown too. So I'm gonna give it to Jet.
It's funny because he has the two running backs the way they're supposed to be in our rule book. They're plotters.
Absolutely.
Like right where that's all they get. They don't
Yep.
get receiving yards.
That's right. That's
So-
right.
And that's where like Josh has a little bit of trouble there with like Murray And well, Jai does a lot of plotting himself.
He does.
All right. Tight ends, we got Robert Griffin and Austin Hooper. 2 top of the line tight ends.
I'm gonna give to Griffin against Cleveland.
All right, I'm gonna go Hooper versus Miami just for it, doing it.
Why not? All right, we're gonna go with Hunt or Cobb. Hunt.
No, Hunt by a
Oh my
by a
God.
landslide.
Yeah, he's probably licking his chops after he saw what Fournette did.
Yeah, I mean, cue up the Stevie Nicks because it's a landslide.
That's good. That was good. Is that like a Sports Center line?
No, it should be.
It should be. If you were ever on Sports Center, that'd be the perfect, tagline.
That one, I would bring back Sweet Sassy Mo Lassie.
Okay. All right, Prater or Butker? I'm gonna go Prater.
I'm gonna go Prater as well.
Okay. All right, Jacksonville against the Rams or the Rams against Jacksonville. I didn't see
like
this
it.
head to head. I have to go Jacksonville.
I'm gonna go Rams
I hope you're right.
simply because it's Bortles.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Maybe he'll be the one that throws 5 interceptions this week.
They won't even let him throw the ball 5 times.
That's so pathetic.
I know. His stat line is so
Yeah.
pathetic. I mean, he didn't have to throw the ball more than I think maybe 12 times. Something crazy like that.
When you run and run and run, and the
Yeah.
Steelers can't stop him.
Yeah. Can't blame him.
Yeah, if the Rams can't stop Fournette either, he's not gonna throw.
That's a
So-
good point.
But it's like a double-edged sword because it helps out the receiving points for you because for the yardage and everything.
Oh, right.
Oh.
All right. Well, what do you think after all this, looking up and down these lineups?
I'm gonna go for Justin for the upset. Picking it.
Are you picking that?
Picking the Matt Ryan special.
Let me see what I really, really believe. Yeah, I believe he's going to do it. I believe Jutt's going to have it. I believe Jutt gets this and Josh gets his first loss. And it's not because I just want to see Josh lose, because I don't really care. He won't go undefeated, but because it's really hard to do. But I think Jutt is going to surpass Josh in points. And then I guess he might actually, well, no, he'll still be below him in standings because he has 2 losses.
I believe so.
Yeah.
So, like a phoenix in the sky, and the wings are burned off in the ashes, Josh will come crashing back down to earth.
That's right. I can't wait to see it happen. Any final thoughts on the week?
Not really.
No, me neither.
There's not very many exciting matchups as far as like the real NFL.
I know.
So, no, good luck to everybody. I think the best matchup of the week in this fantasy football is me and Bigler, even though our records don't prove it. It's a good battle, a good little jab,
Yeah,
uppercut,
yeah.
jab, and Bigler usually gets the best of me. I'm not gonna lie.
All I can say is that I kind of hope Craig wins this week to just kind of boost his morale.
Get more than a 15-minute weekly
maybe
review.
We might get a 30-minute review, He didn't seem like too down, but at the same time, there was no real analysis.
Yeah,
So,
it's pretty much just we could have looked that up on the internet
yeah.
ourselves.
Absolutely. But, he probably just wasn't feeling it, and that's all right.
We all have those weeks.
Yep. So, you ready, Deli?
I'm always ready, Brian.